You may find that the touchpad on your laptop is overly sensitive and does things you just never expected it or wanted it to do. Opening windows, closing windows, selecting the items, etc. So let me show you what to do about that. We are going to right click on the start button and then click on settings. Up at the top where it says find a setting, type in the word touch and you'll see touchpad settings. Click on that and then you'll be on the touchpad settings page. Now if you're using a mouse and you find that the touchpad is just an issue and you don't want it running at all, you can always just turn it off with the on-off button. Now I don't actually have a mouse, and if I try and click, I can't even turn it back on, but I can do so by hitting the space key. It's a thing in Windows, space can turn things on and off if you're right on top of them. So you can adjust the cursor speed if you find that it's too fast or too slow. I think it's okay on here. But one issue that I definitely have is that I accidentally tap so many times and I make things happen that I didn't want to happen. So I am just going to unselect tap with single click, or with single finger to single click. Now tapping with two fingers to right click is actually pretty useful, right? If I do that right now on, say, the start button, I get the right click menu. Right, so that was just two fingertips to right click. That's pretty useful, and it's not necessarily happening accidentally all the time with me, so I'm going to leave that on. If you don't ever think you're going to use that functionality and you just want to right click by clicking at the bottom right hand of your touchpad, then you can turn that off. And of course the option to press the lower right corner of the touchpad to right click is right here. I am going to leave that on. If you're just going to use the two finger click, keep this one on and uncheck that one. All right. Now we have scroll and zoom. To drag two fingers to scroll, you put your two fingers down and you scroll up or down, right? Again, for me, that's not a big issue. It's not accidentally happening all the time, and it is pretty useful. So I'm going to leave that on, and I'm going to leave on pinch to zoom. I don't have anything to zoom with right now, but you put your two fingers down and you spread them apart or you pull them together and you can zoom in and out on various applications. Again, that's not accidentally happening to me. My main thing really is the tap with a single finger to single click. Now for scrolling direction, right now if I scroll up, if I put my two fingers down and I push up, everything moves up. If I pull down, everything moves down. For some people, depending whether you've been on a PC or a Mac, we've grown up with one or the other really, you can reverse that. So now when I scroll up, it goes down, and let me put it the correct way. If I push up, it scrolls down. If I pull down, it scrolls up. I prefer the initial mode, but some people will find that backwards. You can switch it right there. Now, we have these three finger gestures. I never ever use the three finger gesture. So just in case, if I ever accidentally put three fingers down on my trackpad, I don't want anything to happen because I didn't intend to make anything happen. So I'm just going to choose nothing here. But there are these other options. You can choose, say change audio and volume. Is something that might be useful if you do a lot of media listening, that kind of thing. And then when you tap with three fingers, we've got the option here to open search. Again, I would never think to do that, and I wouldn't want search opening automatically when I didn't intend it to, so I'm going to switch to nothing. But we do have these other options to open the notification center, to play or pause media. Again, if you're big on media, that could be greatly useful. Or to use it as a middle mouse button, which I never think to use myself, so nothing for me. And 4-finger gestures, even less than 3-finger gestures. I would never think to do that. My brain isn't wired for it, so I'm just going to set those to nothing. But they have similar options to the 3-finger choices, right? So we do have more touchpad settings here. So we click there. We get it's called mouse properties, but it applies to the touchpad. You can switch primary and secondary buttons. So if you've selected to have the right corner be a right click, if you check here, you could switch that. So left was right and right was left. Depending on which hand you use and how you think about things, again, that could be great. Double click speed, actually, for a lot of people, I find that they find they just can't click fast enough. You know, you're double clicking, but it's not picking up a double click. I generally, for almost everybody, I recommend just dragging this all the way down to the slowest value, so that you have time. You can go click, click, and it will be a double click. Okay? And click lock is sort of a more specialized accessibility thing. You can read the description and decide whether you would want to do that. But another thing here that can be very useful, you know, on a laptop or a desktop, any screen really, is you have a pointers option. So this is the default pointer, which is, you know, we've been using, and you may have found that it's hard to see, you know, where the pointer is, etc. So we can click this little drop down here and use Windows Standard Extra Large instead. Now you see how it just almost doubled in size there in the preview. Now if I hit apply, then I get the same size as my actual cursor, right? And you can also enable a pointer shadow, which just gives it a little bit more contrast, right? And depending on what color your pointer is over, that can be quite useful, right? And then more pointer options here. Pointer speed, we already talked about. For me, on this system, is fine, but you know, you can make it a little faster, a little slower, a lot faster, a lot slower, depending on how your system is responding and what you're expecting the speed to be, right? Enhance pointer precision. If you're finding things aren't quite right for you speed-wise, you can turn that on and off and just see how it affects the speed and the feel of how things are working, right? For me, everything's fine right now. I wouldn't switch anything for myself. This snap to is kind of an accessibility thing again. If you choose this, it will automatically move the pointer to the default button in a dialog box. So, for example, if you're saving a file and your mouse happens to be in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you go File, Save, and the Save button is now down here at the bottom of the window. Your cursor will automatically move down there. That can be useful if you're expecting it and you just do a lot of that kind of thing where you're just always clicking on buttons everywhere. I've tried it. I liked it for a while, but then after a while I found it just kind of a bit annoying and distracting, just having things automatically move around when I wasn't necessarily expecting it to, so I turned it off. This was years ago, but I discovered my preference was to have it off. Pointer trails, I'll show you what those are. So we're going to click apply here. Always click apply if you want to test what's going on. And so yeah, we're not getting, doesn't look like we're getting much in the way of pointer trails, actually. Usually you would get just sort of a line of echoed cursors going across, but I don't know, for some reason on this system with this graphics card, etc., it's not even working. So we'll just ignore that. Hide pointer while typing is on by default. I would recommend leaving it on, because basically what that means, if you're in like Word or Notepad or something, you've clicked in an area where you want to start typing and you need to start typing, but if the pointer's just still sitting there as you type, it's going to be over top of some of your letters, and you're not really going to be able to read and review what you've just typed, right? So it's really a good option to leave on, in my opinion. And show location of pointer when I press the control key. I actually like to leave that on and click apply here. And I'll show you, if I hit my control key, it draws this little circle around your pointer. So even though we've made it larger, if you kind of lose track of it, hit the control key and you'll be able to see where it is. All right. Now under wheel, this is the number of lines to scroll when you scroll up or down. For me, the default is totally fine. I've never really, except on one system, ever wanted to change that. And the reason on that particular system, for some reason, the default was just painfully slow. And I had to change it to a higher value to make it scroll acceptably fast. But other than that one system, I've never found a reason to change these. The scroll speed seems completely reasonable. And hardware, you could click on properties if you wanted to troubleshoot or check details of your hardware. But I've never really had to go into that area. I would just go ahead and click OK to apply your changes. And let's just check out advanced gestures here. So now we have tap, nothing, we set that. Swipe up. These are the 3-finger gestures, so we've got more stuff here. So I am just going to confirm that I am not going to use 3-finger gestures, but if you're interested in those, you can look at the selections and see what other interesting things, media or otherwise, that you might want. And again, here for the 4, I am going to, because I'll never use them myself, I'm just going to switch them off. And really, if you're not using something like a hotkey or a gesture or something that's been set up, whether it's globally with Windows or in an application, I think generally speaking, it's prudent to just turn it off, because that unexpected behavior can really just throw you and confuse you and break things literally. Things that are happening that you don't expect aren't always benign, right? They can actually be destructive. So it is a good idea to just shut down things that are not and never really reasonably will be in use.